Hey everybody, this is K Talk. I want to thank you so much for supporting us and the endeavor to help people. The last two videos that we did on knowing and living with a sociopath, well, this is part 3 and I promise this is the last one. There's just so much to cover that I couldn't do it in one long video. It would just be too long. So to break it up, I think is better to absorb what's being said and to really think about a few things. So I want to jump right in and talk about some of the other things that you could notice in a sociopath. Okay, so we talked about all the other things. These are new ones. One is they're terrible with money. They tend to not pay their bills on time. They tend to have several bank accounts. They rob Peter to pay Paul. They really grab a bill, throw it in a drawer. They're just not good with money, okay? They also can get caught up because they have those grandiose ideas of being rich. They can get caught up in get-rich-quick schemes very easily. They get suckered in by that kind of stuff easily, which is not good if they spend money on these schemes. Then you're out that money, the scheme doesn't work, they go on to the next one. Okay. The other one is they're very good liars. Oh my gosh. They will lie to your face and believe it, wholeheartedly believe it. Or they will tell you something, and then when you bring it up later, a few days later, a few weeks later, they'll say, well, I never said that. And they believe that they never said it. Meanwhile, you saw their lips move, you heard what they said when they said it. They'll still say, I didn't say that. Another thing is that they are highly sexual, and what's strange is that they will pick a fight with you, call you every name in the book, upset you to the point of tears, and then 30 minutes later expect there to be intimacy, and you're going, you just called me this, 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 and this. You hurt me so badly, and you think I'm going to do that? No, I'm not doing that. Then they're mad at you again. So it's almost like they set you up to pick the fight, and then they know you're going to turn them down, so then they can get mad again. It's almost as if they thrive on the battle too, because remember what we said the other videos is that they have a need to win, and sometimes if they're just bored, they'll pick a fight just because they're bored. They just want to stir the pot. Does that sound familiar? It's unbelievable. Another thing is that they will try to convince your family, if this gets out, that they're the victim. And that everything you're saying is crazy and they need to be believed. And the sad thing is, I know somebody who's going through this right now, and their family doesn't believe them. And I talked to her and she told me a few things. I'm like, oh yeah, I totally believe you. And then I said, did he ever do this, this, and this? Some of the things we've described in these videos. And she goes, oh my gosh, yes. I go, I believe you. But her family doesn't believe her because the sociopath is one way in front of everybody. He's just the Prince Charming in front of everybody. But behind closed doors is where the hell and the nightmare begins. And if you don't see that, you don't think it's going on. And so I really hope that not only are you sharing these videos with people who are going through this, but even their family and their relatives, because I think it's bad enough to have to go through this. It compounds it when you're not believed. It just makes it worse. It feels like you're being violated all over again. And just because you don't see what goes on behind closed doors does not mean it doesn't exist, and it does not mean that Prince Charming doesn't go home and act like, like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde thing. Because that's the only way I used to be able to describe it. When I talked to a therapist, I said, yeah, he's one way here, he's one way at home. And they go, yeah, he sounds like a sociopath. It's like, what? There's a name for it? So I've been through all this, and I want you to know that there's help out there. There's really, really great psychologists out there to get help with, because that's part of the healing process. Like we said in the last video, please get help. Get out. If they are abusing you, get out. If they are hurting you, call the police. Because I had a wise sheriff deputy tell me once, if it's not on paper, it didn't happen. And I was stupid back then. I was tempted. But then he would say, if you call the police, I'll make you pay when I get out. I should have taken my chance. I should have just called, but I didn't because I was trying to keep things smooth. No, call the police. Get it on paper. Have a documentation that they're doing whatever they're doing to you. Get it on paper. Don't allow that in front of your kids. Get out. If you have to get out because there's abuse, please get out. Just get out. Don't put your sanity and your children and you at risk anymore. Just don't do it anymore. It's not worth it. They're not going to change. They never change. Do you understand? I want you to really hear me. They will not change. And I'm saying that because I care and because it's the truth. So from somebody who's lived it, believe me, I don't like telling the story. And there's a bunch more I could say. Sometimes I can't even go there. It's just so bad. So please know that I understand and I believe you. And there's hope. And you can look back on it and help somebody else that's going through it. Because one day somebody's going to come to you and you're going to go, I know exactly what you mean. And it's going to help them a lot. So there is a purpose for the pain. In time, you might not feel it now, but there is, I promise. So I want to thank you guys for supporting K-Talk. And thank you for sharing these videos. It's so important to me. It's a labor of love is what it is. And I want you to know that I appreciate you guys like crazy. I thank you so much. I love you. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.